Good morning. This is going to be the Leo reading. I did want to say that I am doing the four elements runes readings now. Sorry, my dogs are being a little noisy this morning. I just got in from delivering papers. I'm doing the four elements: water, fire, air, and earth. Runes readings, and I'm going to try to get those done every week, but it might be every other week. And then I believe that I really did like the Rumi Oracle cards that I did, but just reading every sign was just too much reading. So I believe to kind of take the pressure off me, because I am making so many videos now. I'm doing my twin flame video, my past lives, my all signs, the four elements runes readings, and then each sign. I think that every other all signs reading I'm going to pull a Rumi Oracle card, which I'll probably be doing probably tomorrow, so do watch for that. If you would like to have a personal video reading, it doesn't have to be a video chat. I mean, I can just send you the cards and send you an audio or a video link. Those are $50, and you can pay through Cash App or PayPal. I'll include those links in the description of the video, or if you would like to make an energy donation, you can do so also through the same links. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have the Five of Pentacles, and the energy that I got right away with this card, there's a lot having to do with the past in this reading. And so I feel like you are stuck, because we do have the Hangman over here. I feel like you're stuck and you're stagnant right now because you're really focused on the past, and that there's some things that you need to let go of. And I believe this has to do with I've been having ascension symptoms and physical pain in my body, so I have to put the cards down sometimes. I feel like this has to do with being connected to the past, and that there's people that you need to let go of. Possibly people who come in and out of your life and wreak havoc. Exes, maybe ex-spouses, maybe your kids' other parent. I'm getting some of that. Also some stuff from childhood, having to do with different patterns or cycles that you took on that you're kind of stuck in, that I feel like you're starting to notice now. Really starting to see why you've chosen the people that you have based on possibly cycles you saw, or, things that you saw your parents do. Because there's a lot of us here, especially if you're watching my videos, you are on an ascension path. I do feel like the people who are drawn to my videos are not here so much for fortune telling but as learning about spiritual awakening and learning more about it, and really learning that there's more out there to the universe than what meets the eye. So if you are on this spiritual path, you are really taking note of things. You are kind of reflecting right now and kind of looking back on things. But also, if you are watching this video, and the point I was trying to make, and I kind of got sidetracked, was we are here to clear ancestral patterns. And so really take a look at what you are clearing for your family, and understand this is just your physical family. We have a whole soul family, which your physical family can be soul family too. In fact, more than likely they are. And, in this particular lifetime, they could be father, mother, sister, brother, and, past life, they could have been a lover, a child. So it always changes. So I feel like you'll start being more and more aware of that, and having more and more deja vu memories, moments and memories. We have the Whale, the Breach card. So what the energy I got with this was somebody was disloyal to you. They breached your trust, your confidence. And so this is something that you're dealing with right now. You're dealing with that lack of trust. Now understand, you can forgive somebody, and we forgive people for ourselves, not for others. So you can forgive people, and you can still cut them out of your lives. So don't feel like just because you forgive them, you have to take them back. Because if you notice, Alice looks like she's being rushed off, like she's trying to go back. And you know, you can never go back to the past. Why would you want to? I know I hear people all the time, well, you know, knowing what I know now, I would go back and do this over. Everything has happened just like it's supposed to happen. And there are no mistakes. There's just more opportunity for growth and learning. So never look back. This is a forward moving journey. And another message that's coming through is a lot of times we want to go back and have the relationship with people that we once had. Well, once you clear so much stuff and you grow so much to a point, you can never go back to that again. You have to have a different kind of relationship with people. This is especially true if you're on the twin flame journey like I am. So do check out my twin flame videos and do start with the first one because they kind of build on each other. But you can never go back and have the same kind of relationship that you had before. So do walk away from that or release your expectations of what you think it should look like. That message came through too. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And these are all different opportunities that are coming in for you. And so I do feel like some of you are going to have, be changing jobs, be possibly relocating. Some of you are going to have people returning from your past, and these are tests. When people return from your past, it's a test. Sometimes our own souls test us to see how much we've learned and how much we've grown. So understand it's a test. And do maintain the same boundaries. And understand you can't go backwards. And it might be sorry, my allergies are bad. It might be an opportunity also to forgive somebody from the past who has breached your trust. And so do look at it that way. But these different opportunities, your soul magnetized these in because you were ready. And not only are you ready, but you're worthy. And you need to tell yourself you're worthy of good things. A lot of times we settle for things that are beneath us. And so I'm getting that energy too. Make sure that you are not scared to take the highest possible outcome, the highest possible opportunities that come your way because they are gifts from the universe. Because to clarify that card, I got these, this self-compassion deck, and these are actually not oracle or tarot cards, but I'm incorporating the messages because they're so positive. It says, rest on your laurels. Think of a successful experience from your life. How do you and others deserve credit? So the energy that I'm getting for this is that whatever's happened over here that may be coming back for you to face, something from your past, is you need to look at the fact that we are soul family, and that, or you have your soul family, that you chose these experiences before you guys even incarnated here. And everyone had their part to play. You have to kind of look at it as a play where everyone had their part to play and everything was divinely guided and everything happened just like it was supposed to because you guys wanted to experience these. So whatever this person from your past did, they as a soul wanted to experience that too because we're divine beings having human experiences. So it was successful. And so you and your soul family completed that. That was a soul contract that was completed. And since it's completed, you may have just a last little bit of karma that needs to play out. Do forgive them. And I'm always posting on social media, forgive them, their soul family. And that was the message I got with that card. Forgive them, their soul family. That might be the tagline of the video. Six of Swords. And so what I'm getting with this is that you might feel lost right now. Maybe like you're in limbo and you don't know which way to go. And you're in unfamiliar territory. And everything, you know, you're kind of off your game right now. That's the energy that I'm getting with this because of these new opportunities that are coming your way. And you're starting and learning new things. And there is always a fear of change. And you could possibly, like I said, even have somebody new that's came into your life. And it might be a little scary for you right now because you've been hurt before. You've had your trust breached before. But the message that's coming through from Spirit is to release your exes, one, and clear that energy. And second of all, you have to trust in order for people to be trustworthy, because remember, you're co-creating with the universe. You're creating your reality with the stories that you're telling yourself. So if you trust somebody, they will be trustworthy. That was when I first started on my twin flame journey. That literally was one of the first spiritual downloads that I got. Trust, and they'll be trustworthy. Because to clarify that card, we have this one. And when I looked it up, these I have to sometimes look up just because they have specific messages. And the card for this one, the message for this one was divination. I actually opened up to the page. And it says, this is the house of looking out for signs. This could be being aware of the meanings behind the meanings of your dream. The ancient Romans would watch the movement of birds to interpret the signs behind their behavior. This was known as taking the auspices. Is it therefore the house of spiritual messengers? This house warns you to consider well before making decisions. Check the auspices are good and true. So this one, since it's clarifying the unknown, and I wanted to say real quick that the unknown is magical. You know, we fear the unknown, but the unknown is where the magic takes place, because the universe can bring whatever it is that your soul, your heart desires for you in the most perfect way. And sometimes it can be surprising, because sometimes it can be even better than you could have imagined. And since our imagination is how we're creating experiences, sometimes it's good to get out of your way so that the universe can do it for you, since we cannot even imagine how good it would be. But if we do try to imagine, we limit it. So with that being said, with this card here, with the signs and stuff, is I'm getting two things. Do pay attention to what you're divinely guided to do. And these can be signs. I mean, this can be a certain meme that pops up in your news feed. It could be a billboard. It could be a song. And you can also get your deja vu moments about your soul family and, you know, past lives or past timelines, as I like to call them, from signs and synchronicities too. But the other message that I'm getting with this one is, I know, like I said, I've been on this twin flame journey since September 2016 when I had soul recognition. And initially you see all kinds of signs. You see 1111. You see all these numbers. And in the beginning, it's so exciting. You're like, oh, wow, this is like so exciting. And then after a while, you have to kind of pull it back, and you have to realize that this is your own soul. A lot of times we contribute it to other things other than it being our own soul saying hi to us and letting us know that we're on the right path, and that you are aligning more to your soul as you shed your ego and any type of fears and insecurities that you have. And so stop being stuck on the signs. That message is also coming true, or coming through. So like if you're just beginning your spiritual journey, understand, you know, the spiritual signs, yes, they're magical, and do take note of them, because, you know, a lot of times there's messages in the signs. But after a while, you have to realize that this is not a physical journey. You are a divine being having a human experience. So anything in the physical shouldn't excite you as much as it did to start with. So that was the message. And I talk about that all the time on my twin flame videos. About how the 3D are the illusions. Okay, we have the Hangman. Okay, and so this is that being stuck. And I feel like you're really stuck, like I said, on the past. And this could be that you're stuck in victim mentality. I know I have a family member who is just, nobody can stand being around him, because he's always, oh, woe is me. Life is, have you ever seen Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh? It's like that. Like, oh, things are just so horrible, and nobody can stand to be around him. Even like negative people can't stand to be around him, because he takes negativity to a whole new level. And shit in his life is always going wrong, like always. So then he complains even more. But the reason why things are going bad is because he's aligning to it. Whereas if he would look at something that's going right for him, like, hey, I have a roof over my head, I have a job, I have this, I have running water, I have clothes to wear, and start being grateful for the little things, he'll shift out of that energy and start having more situations to be grateful for. So there's a certain woe is me energy in this, which is what I call it. And I feel like it has to do with things from the past that have happened. And I know lately I've been dealing with a lot of shit that happened in my past too, and I know it's hard. But you have to really look at the lessons in it. What did this teach me? Because lessons will repeat themselves until they're learned. And it's almost always a fear or an insecurity, because your greatest fear will be your greatest spiritual teacher. So do take a look at it. All right, we have the ritual invocation card. And instantly, as soon as I saw this card, I thought about the fact that we have a full moon here in, let's see, what's today? I think today's the 15th, on the 17th. So write down on a piece of paper things that you want to release. Write them down on a piece of paper, and then when we have the full moon, in the full moonlight, stand outside. You don't have to make a lot of fuss about it, because I got neighbors and I do it. But speak out loud, what it is that you're trying to release, and then take a lighter and burn it. And do release these things. So do a full moon ritual, because I do feel like you need to release people and situations from the past. And these can be things that no longer serve you. And these can be things like overthinking, jealousy, fear of loss, fear of rejection. So definitely do your full moon ritual and write these things down and burn them. And we have the Seven of Swords. And so I feel very strongly like this energy here is very similar to that Six of Swords. The Six of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. You see how the energies are all the same. You're walking away from situations and people and circumstances that no longer serve you. And you're realizing, and if you're not, this is the energy you need to get in, that not every battle needs to be fought. Sometimes, you need to walk away and say, you know what, this is not even worth my time and energy. You win. You're right. I don't even have to be right. I mean, because does being right mean that you won? No. Winning means that you still have your dignity, you still have your energy, you still have your self-respect. You haven't wasted any time. You've walked away from the situation. And don't engage. And, sometimes people come because they want to fight. And they want that reaction from you. So, I always find it better not to give them what they came for. You know what? That's a victory in itself. I'm not going to give you what you came for. You're going to leave empty-handed. So that is the energy that I'm getting with this card. And to clarify that, we have, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. Wow. Like, does this need any explanation? And the way that, and I want to clarify this first, because love is not a verb. Love is a state of being. Love is not needing someone. Love is not requiring anything of anybody. Love is who we are as a soul. It is source energy, is where we come from. But we are born, as soon as we come out of the womb, we start taking on the conditions where we learn that we have to earn approval. We have to earn affection. And we do, our parents teach us this. And I have said this before, parents think that they have the most unconditional relationship with their kids, but it is the most conditional relationship. And I'm not taking away from the fact, we have to discipline and train our kids. And so with that being said, we have to withhold things from them. You have to earn things. Because we are living in a physical world, and there's really no way around it right now. But we're learning to love ourselves, and once we learn to love ourselves, we can learn to love others. And the way that we love ourselves is by facing our own shadow side. And people and situations and circumstances show us our shadow side. And so do definitely face that. I know where I'm at on my twin flame journey right now is I'm learning to express my needs without being needy, because there's a difference between expressing your needs and being in the energy of neediness, which I'm trying to figure it out because it's a fine line, you know? And I'm learning to express feelings without assigning blame, being responsible for my own feelings, which once again, you know, there's a fine line. And, you know, it really involves really incorporating your shadow side, your shadow aspects. And one of these cards had a moon. This one here had a moon. And the moon is all about illusions. It's all about your shadow side, because, you know, you have the sun, which is the light side, and the moon, which is the shadow side. And, you know, they have to come together. And so the way that you transmute these fears and these conditions into love is by first accepting your part in the past. What was your part? And if you do have some blame towards yourself, forgive yourself first and accept the fact and tell yourself, you know, I realize I get this way, or I realize I'm that way, but you know what? I accept and love that about myself anyway. And that is how you strengthen that love muscle. I don't know how else to put it. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And so what I'm getting with this is that this is a period of rest for you. So, you know, maybe this stagnation right now is necessary for your growth. This hangman energy, because you're in a period of rest right now. I know I've been resting a lot, and I keep feeling like, you know, something big is coming. And it's that energy, like something big is coming. So rest up for it now while you can. So if you're feeling like you're stuck, like you need to be doing something, we don't always have to be doing things. So practice being, practice resting, recharging your battery, listening to your body. In this period of standstill right now, the message that I'm getting is very important for your growth. It's a time of reflection also. So do reflect. This is a reflection card. This rest on your laurels, about thinking about experiences of your life and what you learned from it. Now, to clarify that Ten of Pentacles, we have the World card. I have this deck of tarot cards, and it's the one that has like the little kids on it. People are always commenting about the pastel colors. And the World card in that deck, it's a little girl, and she's inside of a globe. It looks like a snow globe. And that is the World card. And she's inside of that globe card, and it's like she's looking outside. On the inside, looking out. Almost like she's stuck in that globe, like that world. And so that's the energy that I'm getting with this. Like she's stuck inside the world, and she wants to step out. She wants to have these experiences. But this is clarifying that standstill and that rest card. And so I do feel like that's very important right now. Like I said, and you have two cards saying the same thing. To really kind of pull your energy back, fall back right now, and, you know, be a little introverted. I know I've been real introverted lately and very antisocial, and that's all right. We don't always have to be around a lot of people. You don't always have to have a lot of people around you. The other message is learning to be by yourself for a while. It's all right to be alone. We have children. And so basically the message that I'm getting with this card is that energy of, I do feel like whatever it is you're dealing with has to do with childhood. Something's happened in your childhood that's caused you to be in these cycles. And this could be that breach of trust too. You know, maybe somebody in your childhood breached your trust in a bad way. And you're dealing with that. I know I had, last year I had a real bad dream. And I came to realize that something had happened to me in my childhood that I had repressed the memories of. And I really had to look at it. I really had to face those fears. And maybe you really need to look back and you need to forgive some people for things that they did to you as a child. And once again, I know it's hard to believe, but they're soul family. And your soul chose these things to learn from them. And I understand because it happened to me too, so I know it can be a bit challenging. We have the ship. And so the energy that I'm getting with this is this whole journey that you're on. And you notice there's a boat and a ship. It's interesting. Are there any others? No, there's these two. So I feel like water is very significant to you. Possibly you're dealing with a water sign. I know water is very rejuvenating too. I know a lot of my spiritual information I get in water. I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio anyway. So water is very significant to me, at least in this lifetime. So the message that I'm getting is quite possibly spend more time out by water. And like I said, you could be dealing with a water sign. This could be the actual journey itself that you're on, because it is a ship and it is a boat. This could be some past life stuff coming up. Do watch my past lives videos. If you've ever been drawn to like a ship or boat or whatever. This could be, you know, something from a past life coming up. I know I had a past life on a ship. 2 of them, actually. So do definitely look at that. I do feel like there's several different meanings. You know, either spend more time out by water. This could signify the spiritual journey that you're on yourselves. This could be dealing with a water sign, or this could be something past life coming up for somebody. And you'll know who you are because ships would always have, like, kind of excited you. It's something to do with ships. But do watch my past lives videos. I do one once a week. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this postcard oracle, and I have not read this yet. Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. This one right here. Leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Some of you might be dealing with that. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as in grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We're loving you, sending you love always and forever. Wow, that was such a beautiful message. And I do feel like this has to do with loss and pain and grief, and you could have lost a loved one, and that could be this this journey, this crossing over to the other side, where you've lost a loved one, somebody's dealing with grief. Well, this is your weekly reading, Leo, and do check out my 4 Elements Runes readings. I'm real excited about the runes, so do definitely check them out. Thank you for watching.